What's going on, guys? Killer6, and today is a huge day if you're a Borderlands fan because we are getting a lot of stuff trickling in this morning, starting off with the community love letter that we just received on Borderlands.com. Obviously, go to Borderlands.com. You can read this all for yourself. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but let me summarize. There is a level cap increase coming. There's a new seasonal event coming. There are cutscene skips coming. There is so much more. So let's dive in and take a look at what all we have to look forward to. Obviously, they've already spoke about the true takedown mode. That's something that if you are really proficient at doing the takedown and you want to have that old school difficulty of the raid that we had when the game first came out, where it's basically a 4-player difficulty, then you are going to have an option when you do the takedown to click the little switch on the right hand side of the door, go out, and then you're on 4-player difficulty. So you're back on, you know, the old hard difficulty for the raid. But they are also keeping the single player difficulty for all of us casual type of players out there, so you guys don't have to stress too much about it. So you have options now. They're also level cap increase. This has been one of the things that I get asked about more than most anything else. Now, what is interesting about this level cap increase is it's not like what we had before on Borderlands 2, where it would be like a 10 or 11 or whatever, however many levels jump. This is a 3-level jump, and I know that the initial reaction is going to be, what? What's the point of that? Because that was my reaction at first. But the more you think about this, the more it kind of makes sense. All right, now here's the bad thing about a 3-level jump. If you're only going up by 3 levels and you have to refarm your gear to be level 53, well, that sucks. Especially if they're going to increase the level cap again in a couple months. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Personally, I would rather have been like at least 5 levels myself, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The problem is, you know, if they give more than 3 to 5 levels on the level cap increase, you're going to have some really broken skill trees. You might even see that with just the 3 extra levels. Honestly, you might see people being able to like just barely squeeze into some other, you know, skill that just makes their build that much crazier. And, you know, 3 skill points doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when it comes to the skill trees in Borderlands 3, 3 skill points can be huge. So, as always, if you want to, you can go to Borderlands.com and check out the skill tree calculator and test that out for yourself. Now, one of the things that I am most excited about is the skippable cutscene update. Skippable in-scene cutscenes are coming soon. We're in the process of testing the feature now, and we expect it to launch in the upcoming February patch. Now, I don't know when the February patch is coming. I don't know if it's going to be this week, next week, 2 weeks from now. I don't even have a clue, but hopefully soon. All cutscenes in the game, whether you've seen the cutscene before or not, so even on a brand new playthrough is what they're saying, will be skippable during solo play or by the host of the party during multiplayer. So if you're playing with somebody, if you like join somebody's random game online, they have the option to skip the cutscene as well. All right, now another really big one, Guardian rank toggling. In a previous roadmap, they shared their intention to let players disable powerful perks associated with Guardian ranks. This is something that before the game even came out and I was visiting 2K Studios, I was like, hey man, Guardian ranks is super cool, but speedrunners are going to be pissed if they can't turn off Guardian ranks, because they're going to have to delete their Guardian rank file every single time, which is like associated with your profile, which also has other problems if you delete that. So speedrunners didn't have like a level playing field that they could do Guardian rank or do speedruns with because of Guardian rank. So what they had said was, okay, well, we're going to find a way to be able to turn off Guardian rank. Well, they went one step further. They made it even better. Not only can you turn off Guardian rank completely if you want to, you can now disable specific perks. This is nuts. I didn't think that it was even possible for them to do that. People had asked me, what do you think about the ability to like turn off specific perks? I was like, I don't think it'll ever happen. But it's happening. Now, obviously, none of this stuff is happening right now. This isn't like today it's releasing or anything like that. Don't want you guys get the wrong idea. This is all coming with either the February patch. I believe all this stuff is with the February patch, near as I can tell. Yeah, this one says that this takes place during the February patch. And it's freaking amazing, dude. Now we're actually going to see the speedrunning community come to Borderlands 3. It's been too long since we've seen any speedrunning in Borderlands games, so it'll be really awesome to see what kind of times we can see in this game now. In addition to that, in addition to toggling your Guardian rank, you can now also toggle events. One of the things they said during this is that during the Bloody Harvest event, we heard the community loud and clear. You'd like a way to opt out of ongoing events. The feature will be introduced in the February patch. During the Broken Hearts Day seasonal event, you will now be able to toggle the event's game-wide effects on or off via the main menu, and that is spectacular. Thank you, Gearbox, for listening. That's amazing. All right, another huge one. Fight for your life improvements. Fight for your life is a big part of the co-op experience, and we've identified a few ways we'd like to improve the system. Specifically, we're looking at increasing the interaction radius between players, telegraphing revives to other players more clearly, and allowing multiple players to contribute to a revive. So, say Joe on your team is down, and Steve and Harry on your team both go over to revive him at the same time. This happens a lot when you're playing multiplayer with like 4 players. You'll see like 2 people run to a guy at the same time to go to revive them. Now, if that happens, they can both contribute to the revive, get him back up faster, and get back into the fight. Huge change, awesome change. Now, this one they says they expect to have this one available in March, so this one's just not going to be part of the February patch. All right. Mayhem 2.0. This is something that's coming down the line. They don't really have anything specific about Mayhem 2.0. But from the interview with Graham during the Borderlands show, it sounds definitively like Mayhem 2.0 is going to be closer to Mayhem 4 in terms of how it gives you positive bonuses rather than punishes you with bonuses, or with lack of bonuses, I guess. Now, I know that a lot of people out there are like, oh, not like Mayhem 4. Mayhem 4 sucks. I think it's going to be, like Mayhem 4 in terms of the perks, and not like Mayhem 4 in terms of the difficulty, if that makes sense. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. EchoCast Twitch extensions. For anybody that's out there watching this that actually also watches me over on Twitch, you guys know that we have the EchoCast extension. Those of you who've been watching the playthrough videos of like Amara and so forth, you've probably seen like the viewer badass events, and then the chest events where I'll open up a chest, and then the people watching my stream have a chance to win the items in that chest. The EchoCast extension is a really cool feature, and it's not specific to Borderlands 3 by any means, but it's very tailored to the Borderlands experience, and it's really cool. And they're saying that they're going to have some more features in there, including something that they had hinted at during Guardian Con, which is a Moxie themed event that will allow people, if they want to give bits to the streamer, which is like a currency on Twitch. And that will either give a buff or debuff to the streamer, and it's just another way to torture your favorite streamers, I guess. All right, and then they talk about balance changes and nerfs and buffs and stuff like that, and how they would primarily prefer just to buff things the rest of the way, and that they feel like most of the stuff is in a good place in terms of the gear, and that there probably won't be many nerfs, if any at all, in the future, and it's mostly going to be buffs the rest of the way. And lastly, there is more to come at PAX East. So February 27th, PAX East, there's a Gearbox panel, and that'll be at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. February 27th, they're going to announce a bunch more stuff. So probably going to see some more stuff from upcoming DLCs there, possibly roadmap and some other stuff. This is exciting, man. Like, I see no negatives here. Everything seems positive. It looks like they've heard us loud and clear on the things that we want that will make the Borderlands 3 experience even better than it already is. And obviously they listened with the rare enemy spawns. They fixed that. I just really need to hammer home the point that we want some traditional style raids as well. I know that Graham on the Borderlands show talked about how, raids have kind of evolved now, and they want them to be like this experience where you go through an area and then you get to a boss. But at the same time, I kind of feel like we need at least a few of those old school like Vermivorous and Hyperius type enemies. We can just go in there and beat their ass. We don't have to go through a bunch of stuff to get to them, you know what I mean? Also, and I'm a broken record here, but there are 60 plus enemies in this game that have no designated drop whatsoever. We need to get that loot spread out a little bit more. Instead of having 3 drops from Borman Nates, for example, take the Cutsman, put it over on Private Beans, move the Western gun to somebody else, because the Western gun doesn't make any sense for Private Beans. The Cutsman, when you read the red text and you see the effect that the gun does, and you see how Private Beans shoots with his little beam things on top of his head, Cutsman is exactly designed for him. I don't know why he wouldn't drop it, but I'm rambling at this point. I am super excited about these changes. I hope you guys are too. This event looks really cool. It's only going to be a week long, and again, you have the option to opt out of it, but there are some cool rewards that you get by doing this. Graham Timmons talks about it on the Borderlands show. If you guys didn't watch the Borderlands show, go check that out. It should be on the youtube.com/Borderlands, and it should also be past broadcasts on the twitch.tv/Borderlands channel if you want to check it out there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please take a second, hit that like button. Let me know down in the comments below, what are you most excited about? What are they not changing that you would like to see changed? Again, remember, they're always working on performance and stability stuff. They're constantly trying to make that better. Be patient, be cool. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.